Mrs. Ferris from Wood Library, and guess what? It's time for some bedtime stories. Isn't that right? He said yes. Our first story tonight, oh, and before we get started, I should always say this, welcome. And if you want to leave any comments, I'll be sure to get back to you. Maybe not during our program, but I'm always happy to see who's watching and would love to hear from you. So, our first book is called Bear Can't Sleep. This is one of my favorite series. It's by Karma Wilson with illustrations by Jane Chapman, and it's published by Simon & Schuster, and we thank them for letting us share it with you tonight. Do you see Bear there? All under his quilt. If you know anything about bears, you know that when it starts getting cold out like it is now, they're looking for some place to sleep, to hibernate so that they can get a good rest all winter long. In his home in the forest, while the cold wind blows, Bear snuggles in his quilt from his nose to his toes. While the snowflakes fall and the drifts pile high, Bear tosses and he turns. Bear moans and he sighs. He stares at the wall. He's not tired at all. And the bear can't sleep. Pitter-pat, tiptoe, Mouse scurries in the lair to check on the fire for his good friend Bear. "Oh, Bear," Mouse squeaks, "you are up too late. It's winter in the woods, and bears hibernate." Mouse frets, "Dear me," while he brews mint tea, and the bear can't sleep. Bear's counting sheep, 1, 2, 3, 4, when Badger and Hare tumble in through the door. "Oh, Mouse," says Hare, "we were just out walking. Bear should be asleep, but we both heard him talking." Bear snuggles down deep in a sad furry heap, but he still can't sleep. Mouse turns down the lamp. Badger builds the fire up. Hare pours warm milk into Bear's tin cup. Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up to the lair. Mole frets and he fusses. "It's bedtime for bears." The cold wind blows while the firelight glows, but Bear can't sleep. Wren, owl, and raven flitter-flutter inside to find Bear awake with his eyes open wide. Wren hops to and fro, "Oh, what else is there to try? A song to make him sleepy?" So they sing a lullaby. All gathered in the lair, they hum along for Bear, but he still can't sleep. "I'm awake," roars Bear, "and that's all there is to it. I have tried to fall asleep, but I just can't do it. I'm bored, bored, bored. So I'll spin you all a tale. Once upon a time in the strawberry vale." The friends huddle in as the story begins, since the bear can't sleep. Bear tells a story he has never told before, but just before the end, what do you think's going to happen? There comes a rumbling snore. When the sun peeks up on a bright new dawn, the friends can't sleep, but Bear snores on. Well, I'm glad Bear finally got to sleep. He had a lot of friends helping him, didn't he? Yes, he did. I was afraid he was going to be so awake that he was going to start jumping on the bed. Do you think we can get our beds ready? And who should we have jump on it today? Maybe we could have bears, although they should all be asleep. But let's do it anyway. Well, there were 5 sleepy bears who were jumping on the bed. When one fell off, oh, he bumped his head. So his mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more sleepy bears jumping on the bed." So fold one down. So 4 sleepy bears were jumping on the bed. When one fell off, oh, he bumped his head. So his mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more sleepy bears jumping on the bed." So then 3 sleepy bears were jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. So mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more sleepy bears jumping on the bed." So that means 2 sleepy bears were jumping on the bed. When one fell off, he bumped his head. So mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more sleepy bears jumping on the bed." So how many do we have left? Did you say 1? That's right. 1 sleepy bear is jumping on the bed. When she fell off, oh, she bumped her head. But her mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more sleepy bears jumping on the bed." So there are no more bears. But let's get another book. And this one doesn't have any bears in it, I'm sure. But it does have pigs. This is called 6 Perfectly Different Pigs. It's written by Adrienne Geoghegan and illustrated by Elizabeth Mosing, and it's published by Gareth Stevens. Look at that pig. Oh. There were once 6 happy piglets called Porridge, Pickles, Pepper, Peach, Presley, and Polly. And every day they rolled around and played in the warm summer sunshine. And every night they huddled together asleep in the hay. Now one day, Porridge noticed that his brother Polly was different than the other pigs. His tail was straight. "Polly's tail doesn't curl," cried Porridge. "Oh, who ever heard of a straight-tailed pig?" squealed Pickles. "Let's pretend he's not our brother," snorted Peach. That wasn't a very nice thing to do. So Polly was left alone. He sat on his tail all day long, and sometimes, though, he forgot and stood up, and then the others would laugh, so he quickly sat down again. He grew sadder and sadder. "Oh, please, Mother, make my tail curl like the others," Polly begged. Mother Pig saw how unhappy her little son was, so she tried her best to help him. That night she rolled a hair curler onto his tail, but the next morning it was as straight as ever. Then she tied a knot in it, but it hurt too much. She knitted him a curly tail and stuck it on the straight one, but it looked awfully silly, and it kept falling off. She curled up his tail with a blue ribbon, but he still looked different. "Well, you will always be special to me," his mother said. But Polly was very unhappy. Now one day, a purple frog came hopping along. On his way home from the farmyard pond. But he stopped. "Pigs don't have blue eyes," he said to Pickles. So Pickles closed her eyes. And, "Oh, you've got hairy ears," he said to Porridge. So Porridge hid his ears. "Oh, your snout is too big," he said to Peach, and Peach covered her nose. "And where did you get that ridiculous patch?" he asked Pepper. So she hid her bottom. "What a peculiar shade for a pig," he said to Presley. So Presley hid in the mud. What do you think of that frog? Well then, the purple frog looked at Polly, and you know what he saw, don't you? He said, "Pigs can't have straight tails." And the others all snorted. "Well, who ever heard of a purple frog?" I have to tell you, I don't think I've ever seen a purple frog. And Polly? Well, Polly wagged his straight tail and he said, "We're just 6 perfectly different pigs and 1 perfectly purple frog." And everybody laughed. All the way down to their tails. So people can be different. It doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they're different. Well, let's see. I think it's time to, should we do our bubble gum? Can you reach in your pocket and pull out a piece of bubble gum? It's pretend bubble gum, remember? So you may not be able to see it, but I can tell that it has a wrapper on it. So I'm going to unwrap it and throw the wrapper in the trash. And then, you know what we're going to do, right? We're going to pop the gum in our mouths, chew it up until it's all soft and squishy, and then we're going to be doing something disgusting. We're going to spit it in our other hand, and, well, you'll see. So pop the gum in your mouth and start chewing. Do you think it's ready? Okay, put your hand out. 1, 2, 3. Spit it in your hand and clap your other hand on top. And now, of course, your hands are stuck together with sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your chin. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your arm. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your nose. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your knee. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your cheek. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your back. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. Do you remember what comes now? Stick it on Mom or Dad. I'll wait. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, stick it on your toe. On stick. Sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum, sticky, sticky bubble gum. You know, right? It's time to throw it in the trash. Choo. All right, well, let's have another story. And this is a new book we just got at the library. We haven't even put it in the collection or put the cover on it. It's called The Farm That Mack Built. And I see all kinds of animals. I see a sheep and a rooster and a pig, and a chick, and a cow, and a horse. This book is written by Tami Sauer, and it's illustrated by Jackie Urbanovic, and it is published by Clarion Books. And it looks like this could be a play. It says, the way off Broadway production of The Farm That Mack Built. And there's an instrument, might be some singing to go along with this. Do you know what kind of instrument that is? That's called a banjo. Hello, and welcome to the Animal Theater. Today's performance is based on the mostly true story of Old MacDonald. Please sit back and enjoy the show. This is the farm that Mack built. And these are the pigs. What do pigs say? That live on the farm that Mack built. And these are the cows. What do cows say? Moo. That joined the pigs that live on the farm that Mack built. And these are monkeys? Oh dear, monkeys do not belong on the farm. Shoo, shoo. Now, where were we? These are the sheep. What do sheep say? Can you say it? Bah. That sprang past the cows. Who said what? Moo. That joined the pigs. That live on the farm that Mack built. And these are kangaroos. My apologies. This is the horse. What does a horse say? Neigh! That pranced by the sheep. Bah! That sprang past the cows. Moo! That joined the pigs. That live on the farm that Mack built. And these are the... oh, fiddlesticks. What are those? Elephants? Elephants. At the farm? No, these are the chickens. What do chickens say? That zipped past the horse. Neigh! That sprang past the cow. Oh, I forgot the sheep, didn't I? That pranced by the sheep. That sprang past the cows. Moo. That joined the pigs. That lived on the farm that Mack built. Oh, I'm a bit nervous to see what comes next. And these are the eggs? Oh, well, yes, eggs do belong on the farm. Oh, well done. Ah, the chicks must be hatching. Let's see those cute, fluffy, yellow chickies, shall we? Penguins? Oh, woe is me. This is the worst barnyard play ever. Oh, if only we could try again. One moment, please. He's closed the curtains, hasn't he? Or maybe 2 moments. Ah, yes. This is the farm that Mack built. These are the chicks, cheep, cheep, that pop from the eggs, crack, that roll by the chickens, bark, that zip past the horse, neigh, that prance by the sheep, bah, that sprang past the cows, moo, that joined the pigs, that live on the farm that Mack built. Thank you for being such a lovely audience. We at the Animal Theater would like to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. And that's the end. Kind of silly. Not sure where some of those animals came from, but I don't think I've ever seen them on any farm I've ever gone to. All right, well, let's see. I think we should do another finger play. Should we shake our sillies? You've been sitting for a while. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. And can you clap, clap, clap your crazies out? Clap, clap, clap your crazies out. Clap, clap, clap your crazies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out? Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch your stretchies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you stand up? I'm going to stay here so I don't jump out of the camera frame, but we're going to do our jumping, all right? Can you jump, jump, jump your jiggles out? Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump your jiggles out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you yawn? Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Yawn your sleepies out, yawn. Yawn your sleepies out and wiggle your waggles away. Can you shake, shake, shake your sillies out? Shake, shake, shake your sillies out. Shake, shake, shake your sillies out and wiggle your waggles away. Well, this is a book by John Agee, and it is published by Dial Books, and it's called The Wall at the middle of the book. So there's the wall. This is the book. And that wall is right in the middle. Do you know what that part of the book is called? It has a name. It's called the gutter. We think of gutters as being at the side of the road, but a gutter in a book is where the two pages join together. There's a wall in the middle of this book. Who do you see on this side? Looks like a knight with a ladder. And on the other side, oh, I see a rhinoceros and a tiger. Probably a good thing that there's a wall there. And it is a good thing. There's a gorilla too. The wall protects this side of the book. From the other side of the book. This side of the book is safe. Take a good close look as we're reading, because there's a lot going on in the illustrations that the words don't tell you. We'll go back to check on it later, though. The other side is not. But the most dangerous thing on the other side of the book is the ogre. If the ogre ever caught me, he'd eat me up. That's why I'm glad there's a wall in the middle of this book and that I'm on this side of it. Wait a second. What's going on? This is not supposed to happen on this side of the wall. Wow. Thank you so much. Oh no. I'm on the other side of the wall. I'm on the other side of the book. And you're the ogre who's going to eat me up. I'm actually a nice ogre. And this side of the book is fantastic. Come on. I'll show you around. Wait for me! Should we go back? Let's take a look at this from the beginning again. We saw the rhinoceros there. I'm not quite sure. Oh, that looks like it's a brick that fell out of the wall. Do you see there's a little opening there? So when he comes with his ladder, he doesn't know what's on the other side. He doesn't know there's a rhinoceros and a tiger and a gorilla. He picks up the brick. And you might notice all of a sudden there's a duck over there too. And where do ducks like to be? In the water. That's when the water appears and he's climbing up the ladder with that brick. And right about then, actually I think it happened over here, a mouse appeared. Now he's just a little mouse. But the rhinoceros and the tiger and the gorilla are scared of a mouse. And they all go running. And the water's getting deeper and deeper. And the duck looks down and who does he see? Or a crocodile. I have trouble telling them apart. But the animals over here are gone. And here comes the ogre. The mouse is still there. And the ogre looks down at that mouse as if to say, "What did you do?" And the mouse said, "Oh," he's looking sad. Over here, he's putting that loose brick back in. And it was an alligator or a crocodile. And he's trying to catch that duck with his big, chompy teeth. And right about then is where the water comes right up to where that knight is on the ladder. In fact, it touches his toes, doesn't it? And the ogre's listening. He can hear the water on the other side. He can probably hear the voice, too, of that knight. Here comes a little fish. And the little fish are going up, up, up. And the knight is going down, down, down. He fell off his ladder because the water got so high. But the ogre climbed up his club and reaches over just in time to pull that knight out of the water. And the fish go swimming the other way. And then the fish come back. to say what I think he's going to do with those little fish. But he's in for a surprise. Oh, yes. Goodbye, fish. He realizes, hey, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe this side of the wall is the safe side after all. So he runs and finds all the other animals. And the only one I haven't been able to find is the mouse. Oh, there he isn't on the end paper. So sometimes it's nice to go back and look at a book again because you might have missed something. There's a lot to see, not too many words, but there was a lot going on in this book that the words weren't telling us about. All right. Well, I'm thinking it must be time to cook our hot dogs. So get your pan ready and your hot dogs. I've got 5 little hot dogs. They're cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So 4 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 3 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. 2 little hot dogs are cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and one went bam. So 1 little hot dog is cooking in the pan. The grease got hot and the one went bam. So now no little hot dogs are cooking in the pan, but the grease got hot and the pan went bam. Well, when you woke up this morning, did you notice the ground was a little bit white? That's right, it was a taste of winter. And we're going to have a story about an animal you don't see out much in the wintertime. Frogs. In fact, this is Froggy. So let's put him up there. And let's put him in bed. And there's a window for him to look out. And this is called Froggy Gets Dressed, which you probably had to do this morning. Well, it was cold, and when Froggy woke up, he looked out the window. Snow, snow, he sang. I want to play in the snow. Oh, Froggy, said his mother, go back to sleep. Don't you know frogs are supposed to sleep all winter? Wake up when the snow melts, she said. No, no, said Froggy, I'm awake. I want to go out and play in the snow. So Froggy put on his socks. Zoop, zoop. And then he pulled on his boots. Zoop, zoop. And he put on his hat. Zap. And he tied on his scarf. Zwarf. And he tugged on his mittens. That scarf doesn't quite look right. Let's see if it goes this way. I think that's how it's supposed to be. And let's put on his mittens. Zoom. Zoom. And then he flopped outside to play in the snow. Flop, flop, flop. Froggy, called his mother. What? Yelled Froggy. Did you forget to put something on? Froggy looked down. Whoops, I forgot my pants. So he flopped back inside. Flop, flop, flop. He tugged off his mittens. Zoop, zoop. And he untied his scarf. And he pulled off his boots. Whoop, think I just lost a mitten. I better get it, because he'll need it if he's going outside in the snow. And then he tugged on his pants. Zip. Then he pulled on his boots. Zoop, And he tied on his scarf, and tugged on his mittens, boop, zoop. And then he flopped back outside to play in the snow, flop, flop, flop. "Froggy!" called his mother. "What? Did you forget to put something on?" Froggy looked down. "Oops, I forgot my shirt." "And your coat," said his mother. So Froggy flopped back inside, flop, flop, flop. He took off his mittens, and he untied his scarf. He took off his hat. He left his pants, his socks, and his boots on because he didn't need to worry about those for his shirt. So he buttoned on his shirt, zoot, 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 zoot. And then he snapped on his coat, zrap. He put on his hat. Where did his hat go? I don't know why his things keep falling on the floor. He put on his hat, zap. He tied on his scarf, zrap. And he tugged on his mittens, zoop, zoop. And then he flopped back outside into the snow, flop, flop, flop. "Froggy!" called his mother. "What? Did you forget to put something on?" she said. So Froggy looked down. He had on his mittens. He had on his scarf. He had on his coat. He had on his shirt. He had on his pants. He had on his boots. He had on his socks. He reached up. Yep, he had on his hat. What could be missing? If you read the story, you know. What did his mother say he forgot? "Your underwear!" "Oops," cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He flopped back inside, flop, flop, flop. He tugged off his mittens. He unsnapped his coat, untied his scarf, unbuttoned his shirt, kicked off his boots, took off his pants, and slipped his long johns on with a zap of elastic. Zap! Then he pulled on one boot, zoop, and he tugged on one mitten, zap. And he started to tug on the other one, but then he said, "I'm too tired." So he hopped back into bed, pulled up the covers, and went back to sleep. Good night, Froggy. All right, we have one last thing, of course, our Going to Bed book by Sandra Boynton, published by Little Simon. The sun is set not long ago. Now everybody goes below to take a bath in one big tub with soap all over, scrub, scrub, scrub. They hang their towels on the wall and find pajamas, big and small. And with some on top and some beneath, they brush and brush and brush their teeth. And when the moon is on the rise, they all go up to exercise. And down once more, but not so fast. They're on their way to bed at last. The day is done. They say goodnight. And somebody turns off the light. I keep thinking I should have somebody here who will turn the light off on us, but I'm by myself. The moon is high. The sea is deep. And they rock and rock and rock to sleep. Thanks for joining us. Come back next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock and we'll have some more bedtime stories. Good night.